taurine sounds like a jittery stimulant, that is mostly packaging, not physiology. Taurine is not caffeine. It is an amino-sulfonic acid that your body uses in cells, bile-acid chemistry, nervous system signaling, and stress balance. The confusing part is that energy drinks often put taurine beside caffeine, sugar, and other stimulants, so people blame or credit the wrong ingredient.
So when videos say taurine helps energy, heart health, exercise, and maybe aging, I should not immediately laugh it off. But I also should not hear energy drink ingredient equals anti-aging supplement. What is the cleanest way to say the evidence? Before supplements, where is taurine coming from? Is this like an essential vitamin that everyone is missing? Or more like a compound the body can make while diet changes the background level?
Exactly. Taurine is found in animal foods and is also made from sulfur-containing amino acid metabolism, so baseline exposure differs. Inside tissues, one major job is osmoregulation, helping cells handle water and ion balance. That is a very different story from more stimulation. Think of it less like pressing the gas pedal and more like helping the cell keep its internal room organized under stress.
The bile acid part surprised me. When people hear taurine, they think gym powder or canned drinks, not digestion. What does taurine have to do with bile acids? And does that mean it is a gut supplement?
Taurine can conjugate bile acids, which changes how bile acids behave in digestion and signaling. A recent fiber trial even measured taurine-conjugated bile acids, shifting with resistant starch and microbiome patterns. But that is a chemistry and metabolism observation, not proof that taurine capsules fix the gut. It tells us taurine is woven into bile acid physiology, not that every bile-related symptom needs taurine. The exercise evidence is interesting but not magic. A sports review found studies using taurine as a single ingredient, often under 1 gram up to 6 grams, taken acutely before exercise or used for days to weeks. Outcomes like time to exhaustion, oxygen use, soreness, or power can move in some studies, but the effects depend heavily on training status, test type, dose, and design.
That makes me nervous about people testing this through energy drinks. If the performance study uses taurine, but the can uses taurine plus caffeine plus sugar plus a giant serving, you cannot tell what helped or what caused palpitations.
Right, recent athlete studies are also very specific. One wrestler crossover study combined a heavy activation protocol with taurine before anaerobic testing and saw better peak power and less lactate than comparison conditions. Another football study used taurine with caffeine and phosphatidylserine. So the combination looked promising, but it cannot cleanly tell us taurine alone caused the cognitive or tactical changes.
What about the heart claims? I see taurine marketed for blood pressure, circulation, and general cardiovascular health. Is that just because it sounds calming, or are human cardiometabolic studies actually pointing somewhere?
There is enough cardiovascular literature to take the question seriously. Reviews discuss taurine's roles in blood pressure regulation, oxidative stress, calcium handling, vascular function, and metabolic markers. A 2024 systematic review and meta-analysis looked at cardiovascular outcomes and suggests possible benefits. But that does not mean a universal heart supplement. Trial size, population, dose, and baseline risk determine whether the signal matters for a person. And we should separate wellness use from medical use. A liver transplant trial reported improved early graft function markers and recovery outcomes with taurine after surgery. But that is a supervised transplant setting, not a reason to self-treat liver enzymes. In Mella's consensus statements, experts said taurine and several other supplements remain unproven and need proper trials. Disease context changes the rules.
The longevity headline is the one people remember. If taurine levels shift with age and animal work looks exciting, what sentence keeps us honest without draining all curiosity from the topic?
I would say taurine is biologically relevant to aging pathways, but human lifespan extension is not proven. The updated overview discusses taurine in aging and cardiovascular health, including stress response and mitochondrial themes. That makes it a credible research molecule. It does not make it a confirmed anti-aging therapy, because changing markers or animal outcomes is not the same as showing longer, healthier human life.
So if someone is healthy, sleeps reasonably, eats enough protein, and wants a cautious experiment, who is the best fit? The endurance athlete, the lifter, the older adult chasing longevity, or the person who is just tired all the time?
The cleanest self-experiment is boring on purpose. Use a single ingredient product, do not stack it with a new pre-workout, and choose one measurable outcome: a repeated run, cycling session, perceived soreness, or blood pressure log if your clinician agrees. Exercise studies often use acute timing before training or short chronic periods. But if nothing objective changes after a fair trial, the expectation should shrink.
My final rule would be, do not use taurine to explain away symptoms. If you have palpitations, blood pressure problems, kidney disease, pregnancy, medication changes, severe fatigue, or sleep disruption from energy drinks, that is clinician territory. Taurine may be real physiology, but real physiology is exactly why context matters.